Welcome to my channel. I'm David Rubel and I run the David Rubel Realtor team in Toronto and Etobicoke. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and book a call with me down below. But not too late. I don't want that. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. There's actually no such thing as the Toronto real estate market. And I know that sounds a little silly, but what I mean is it's not one market. I made a heart. It's actually about 100 little markets. And just to give you a quick example of that, there are, for example, some condos that have been on the market forever, even though they're really nice. And at the same time, last week, a semi-detached in Etobicoke had 17 offers. And the week before that, my buyers were bidding on something in Witchwood, and we were one of 4 offers. We lost by 50 grand on something that I thought was a pretty good offer, and it wound up going 200 over asking. So is there a Toronto market? No, there's really not. And what's going on right now is that people are being very particular about what they're willing to buy. So if it is the perfect street or property for them, then most people are really willing to push hard on that. And if it's not, then they're pulling back and waiting. And that's what we've seen in March and April especially. That's been my experience, and almost all of my buyers feel exactly the same way. So these are the top 3 opportunities for buyers in the market right now. So number 1, we're going to start with condos. And condos, they are a tale of 2 cities. So cookie cutter condos are the absolute best value right now. They are extraordinarily underappreciated, and the market is saturated. Now conversely, if you have a condo that is in a luxury building, or it's a penthouse, it's some sort of really nice condo, or it's bigger, like something that's beyond 1,000 square feet, those are getting snapped up really quickly. So right now I'm actually sitting in my upcoming listing, and this is one because it's gigantic. It's going to go really fast, even though it is quote unquote a terrible condo market. So what they're really saying is it's a terrible condo market for 1 bed, 1 bath, that sort of condo, especially the smaller ones. The smaller, the worse. Bigger is better, as you know, everybody knows that, right? So when we're talking about those ones that are typically bought up pre-con for rentals, you know, the 1 bed, 1 bath, or not even a bedroom, bachelor, those are not moving. Now, I'm not necessarily saying those are great for investments. Personally, I'm not a huge believer in condos as investment properties, but that's a different subject. But what I am saying is, if you are looking for something like that, then that is an amazing opportunity for you. There's tons and tons of inventory, and it's not the sort of thing where you're going to throw out a low ball and get it, because nobody's going to give you a condo for 60% of what it's worth. That's just not living in reality. But can you save $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on a condo? Yes, you absolutely can. And put a 5% premium on any of that if it's with me. No, I'm kidding. But if you're in the market for something like that, like let's say you're going to school, or you're buying something for your kid who's starting university at U of T, this could be a really great opportunity to buy something under market value. So the next opportunity in the Toronto market is freehold houses that need renovation. And there's a really strong reason for that. So the reason is, right now, everybody is a little bit nervous about tariffs and prices going up. Prices on goods, prices on services, materials. And so what's happening right now is people would much prefer completely turnkey properties. So let's think about why for a second. And when we're looking at real estate traditionally, the advice has always been you can get a really great deal on a property that needs renovation, and then you do it yourself. Now personally, I have done this quite a lot, and I prefer it because I'm a control freak and I want to buy something and make it look exactly the way that I want it to look. If you get a brand new house, or not a brand new house, but brand new reno, and maybe you find like the kitchen it's good, it's not what you would do, but it's good, and it's brand new, the odds of you ripping out like a good, well-installed kitchen just because it's not your favorite but you still like it, you're not going to do it, and you're just going to always feel a little bit whatever about it. So that's me. Now, it's certainly a lot more work to do something like that, and it would save you a lot of money and you would get what you want. Now, what we're seeing now is trades and materials are at pretty much an all-time high, and materials are probably going to go up with everything going on with tariffs. And if you're watching this way in the future, hopefully this was just a blip and nothing actually changed. However, this is how things are being priced right now, and a lot of people don't want to buy something that over the next 6 months, the cost to make it what they want is a little bit of an X factor. Especially if you're on a bit of a tighter budget, you want to be able to know what your costs are. So if it is in your budget to buy something that is in need of renovation, you are going to have less competition. So the third opportunity, and this is probably the biggest one right now, is in what are called assignment sales. And the way this works is somebody buys something pre-construction, and when you're buying pre-construction, you're not actually buying the place yet. You're buying the right to buy the place. It's a whole thing. You're kind of, let's say you're engaged. Now what assigning is basically taking those rights that you have and assigning it to somebody else. You could sell it before the condo actually closes. And people would use that all the time to make tons of money, and then builders sort of got wise to it and it's not great anymore. Now, there's a whole bunch of people right now who are in a lot of trouble because of this strategy. So the first option is you just don't close, and then you lose your deposit, which is probably $200,000, and then you're also open to getting sued by the builder for the rest and to close. So obviously a terrible option. The second option is to assign it. However, nobody's going to buy it at the original price because everybody in the market values it at the price that it's worth now. So you're essentially, because we're down 20-25%, you're going to lose your deposit of 20% and probably have to take a further hit on that. And that is absolutely terrible, and I feel really bad for those people because nobody should lose $250,000 just because of a situation like that. It is really sad. On the buyer side, it is absolutely a great opportunity because you are getting something at a steep discount that somebody absolutely needs to sell. And there are a lot of opportunities there, and respectfully, you are trying to get the best price possible for yourself, regardless of the situation. And so if you're looking for condo or townhouse or detached home that is pre-construction, you want something new, the assignment market is absolutely flooded with people in this situation who need to sell. Now, does that mean you're going to get it at 50 or 60% off? No. However, it will absolutely make sure that you get the best deal possible, as long as you, of course, have a realtor who's a top-notch negotiator and probably a bald kind of fat guy who's so smart and still good looking. Now, away from that, let's just recap really quickly. So, the three opportunities we have: condos, especially smaller condos. We have detached or semi or freehold townhouses that are in need of renovation. And we have pre-construction assignment sales. And those are your best opportunities regardless of where you are in the city of Toronto or Etobicoke. Thank you so much for enjoying my video. I hope you found it really useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and book a call with me, but not too late. Earlier is better. Thanks so much.